I sometimes sit and watch my neighbours. The trouble is, they are never there, because this is London and they probably have a big mortgage to pay, or cutesy French cafes to sit in, eat pastries and talk to their other single friends, and steal Wi-Fi with their smartphones, or big flat TV screens to stare at, or friendly small parties to attend. God knows what they do with their days. I just sit there and stare at their empty lawn, and then at mine, and then at theirs. Sometimes my eyes fly over the retired witches' gardens further on, but soon enough I'm back with those 3 chairs resting on a plastic green floor, and with the lazy piles of old bricks holding up a broken pallet table, and a legless wooden bench, and a stinky Persian-style rug partially covered in remains of once long cut hair, a shiny barbecue and a beaten hula hoop cherry the patio pie. During these moments, I think about how only a wavy wooden fence separates our edible greens growing in boxes and their empty, perfectly shaped plant bed. One day, as I water mine with love and the cat poos on them, I want to think with love as well. I imagine climbing over the useless fence and planting some life into their hollow space, hopeful the cat will follow to do her loving part as well. But as I land in the black line gap between the green and the fence, things take an unexpected turn. For just as my feet begin to touch the ground, the world turns around my head. A stream of pastel colours flashes before my eyes, very quickly at first, and then slowly through a blue and turquoise gradient, settling on monotone plastic green. Oh God, this is it. I'm stuck with green forever. Hold on, it's got a texture. I think it's losing the monotone. It's prickly. It's astroturf. Don't panic. You're on the floor. Everything's okay. I lift my body up from the fall and feel the fake grass leaves against my hands, and remember how just a bit before I passed garden pebbles and unavoidably dried bits of cat poo through my toes. With this thought, I go to shake off the dirt from the fall, but find nothing to remove from my clothes. I begin to look around, trying to assemble my thoughts. What was the point of me being there? The cat is attacking a bag of beetroot seeds on the floor, but I can't see any compost around, just chairs, calling me to sit on them like singing mermaids. Resist temptation. Move quick. Where is that compost anyway? Peek back over your fence, and one more time green fills your eyes. It is as if someone had put a mirror on the neighbour's fence, but this is no mirrored image. Our garden as we know it is no longer there. Instead, 3 chuffed-looking chairs govern the square space. A straight white line outlines the forever fresh coloured floor, and once again there are no plants growing in the surrounding allocated space. There is only one difference between where I stand and what should be my home. The 3 empty terracotta pots that rest on the right-hand corner in one stand on the left-hand corner of the second one instead. In both cases perfectly aligned, as if after putting them down, a step back had been taken to make sure that the positioning was right. Fighting despair, I follow an instinct and decide to check the garden to the other side. My stomach turns when a familiar shade of now despised green colour greets my eye. The witch's garden is gone as well. 3 chairs, 3 pots, a barbecue and no plants. No wind charms, no tacky butterflies, no B&Q pagodas, no flowers or palms. Oh my, oh my. I'm almost not surprised when I notice the rustic vacant pots are yet on a different spot than the 2 sets before, and still adequately placed next to one another, keeping an even distance between each of them. This time they bring much needed harmony to the centre of the lawn. So I abandon my task. Guerrilla gardening won't help my confusion this time. I go back to my original position, climb back the fence without falling into a wormhole this time, walk past my now unrecognisable garden and linger my way up the emergency exit stairs, all to sit back on our falling apart kitchen chair, to go back to my spectator position, to watch in awe how my famous green friend has already touched every garden that could now possibly touch my eye. Street after street has followed the trend. 3 chairs on green pools that, together with yet unused barbecues, reflect the sun rays on my face. Hundreds of sets of 3 terracotta pots, always one with a handle slightly bigger than the other 2 without, and no matter how hard I look, I can't find one of them ever placed in the same spot as any other set. Who's doing this? Do the pots move around the garden by themselves? Do they agree on where to rest each day, or is the brand new owners of the Space Portal AstroTurf set off to stop me from watching them every day? Maybe it is some sort of duty for them. Maybe that's really what the neighbours do all day. They hide inside, thinking about where to place their empty rustic pots. As night comes and my view begins to fade, the bright green dies out with the dark, hides, guaranteed to bring back the next day with its usual pompous cleanness and its latent promise of the easy life. This should be my cue to leave, or to shift my looking to a lighter scenario, to a different hypnotising sight. But even though I am surrounded by window sills within eye reach, the image of the fading lawn chairs refuses to leave. It has found its home in my retina. Who could have known a lawn chair could burn a hole in the eye like the sun? Chairs. I could only draw chairs, Hibber said. Now I seem to understand.